Hello and welcome to Should You Substitute in Baking? That entirely depends on how well you can bake and how well you know your ingredients. Why am I concerned about this? Mainly because the thing I want to bake for work requires me to have 2 tablespoons of rum, and I don't have rum, and I don't I don't really want to buy a whole bottle of rum just for 2 tablespoons. So I was thinking if I could substitute it with Bacardi, because I do have that at home. But I'm not entirely sure if that's a good idea, because while Bacardi is rum, it is different, because the typical rum you get are made from sugarcane or sugarcane molasses, meaning that it adds a lot more sweetness than Bacardi would. So, and it binds differently, especially in this recipe. It's kind of important that the things bind together and become a mass, but a pliable mass. So I'm not sure. I might just, ask the people at work if they can spare like 2 tablespoons of rum. Hopefully they will, so I can bake something for them. Anyway, today we are doing a sort of build challenge, which came from my friend Hannah saying, hey, let's do a build challenge with only base game, and my friend Leah being entirely surprised that you can have glass roofs when you only have base game, because she didn't know glass roofs were a base game addition or a base game update. So she only has cats and dogs and base game. So I kind of figured, why not combine the challenge with Hannah with kind of the epiphany Leah had about glass roofs and what you can do when you only have base game, which is why I suggested to just do a build challenge with only base game and cats and dogs, and that is what we're doing today. So we're not doing a tiny house or anything, because I wanted it to be, I didn't want to limit myself within my limitations. It did turn out a bit small though, but that's fine. It worked out in the end, and yeah, it's kind of interesting when you limit yourself like that, because you learn to either appreciate new objects or you come to really hate the windows, which was kind of where I was at, because I was so annoyed. You will see me fiddling around with the windows and not quite knowing what to do, and I don't know. Nothing was really, because I also wanted it to be kind of like a country style home. Due to the reason that the day I filmed this, I wrote about country style living rooms at work. So I was like, yeah, that's great, we can combine it, because cats and dogs does kind of have this not living room style, this country home style, which is very sweet and very cute. And I figured, yeah, keep it light, keep it basic, keep it, well, sort of minimalist, but not really. So like light, cozy, warm. So that's what I'm trying to do. And if anyone has an idea on how to improve this layout, please let me know, because this layout just, I don't know, give me headache, honestly. I was so annoyed because I looked at it and I was like, it doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. It's weird. The whole, like, why did you put the kitchen there? So if I were to go back, I definitely build it differently. I also don't know why I insisted on having these stairs. I really don't know. It's a mystery to me, to be honest. I could have used a ladder, but I didn't really, I don't know, a ladder didn't feel country home enough to me. I didn't build a barn. If I would have built a barn, a ladder would have been great, but I didn't. So we just have this kind of odd, very strange layout, floor plan. But yes, I hope you still enjoy it. And if you have any pointers, let me know, because I'm terrible at floor plans. Either they're just square rooms, or they have really odd corners, and then I get annoyed at myself for building really odd corners. But yes, so you just see me choosing wallpaper. I decided to make one of the downstairs rooms a bedroom for a kid, because I figured it would be nice to have 2 bedrooms. It was also the challenge. Was it that? Yeah, I think it was the challenge Hannah and I said that we wanted to have 2 bedrooms, living room, bathroom, kitchen in our house. So there's that. And I also tried to build an outdoor house for the dog, and then I got annoyed because I chose the tall windows, or the medium wall height for the house. But the medium wall height on a small build looks ridiculous. And I'm just, yeah, didn't really know what to do with it. And in the end, I think I just ended up doing it as a really tall, small build. It looks odd, but it is what it is. So, and it's not too bad. It's just, I haven't play tested it yet. So I'm not sure if a dog can actually go in there and sleep in there. I need to test that out, which I will do when we jump into game later on, which will be at around 18.5 minutes. Yeah, it was a long build, long-ish build, I suppose. 2.5 hours in total. But it was fun. It was really fun. So I can only invite you to challenge yourself by choosing only base game and 1 other pack. But I would go with the expansion packs, because they just offer a lot more stuff. Obviously you can do tiny living and base game, that works, because there's beds and I think kitchen stuff. I don't remember. Did kitchen stuff come with it? But yeah, that's just my suggestion. Because it's just, you learn to appreciate objects you don't usually use. Obviously those builds are highly stylized, because you can only use base game and that 1 pack. Which means that finally all the wood tones match. And no, I'm not bitter about the wood tones not matching, I'm just talking about it in basically every build. But there we go. I also don't know why I'm recording this now, because I actually have to leave the house in 20 minutes. But that's fine, it's only 10 minutes left of the voiceover. Anyway, yes, so I wanted them obviously to have a fully functional house, which meant a desk where they could sit and do their homework or use a laptop, use a computer. And I figured I'd just put it down underneath the stairs, because there's otherwise it's lost space. These stairs are just so bulky and so in the way in a way, that I wanted for them to have a sort of purpose, more or less. Also, dressers for bedrooms with early base game and cats and dogs. Awful. Hated it. I was so annoyed. I remember that I texted Hannah and I was like, Hannah, I hate all the dressers and wardrobes. To be fair, they are not much better when you have all the other expansion packs. I don't have every other expansion pack, but the ones I have, no. I do like the ones which are kind of the 4-tile, 4x2. I think they came with Get Together. I don't have Get Together. I do like the the wardrobes though, but they're very bulky and they take up a lot of space. I just want more, or I would prefer if we had more single tile wardrobes and dressers. So I'm very, very happy that some came with tiny living. Anyway, that window you just saw me putting there, the round one, it just didn't work. And I got annoyed. And I also got a bit annoyed at the bedroom because it was too small and it had a weird corner and it was just a thing and a half to furnish it. That's what I mean about floor plans. I also wish Sims could still scoot over in the bed. That would just be really nice because it would make it so much easier to have tiny builds or smaller builds or less than ideal layouts and floor plans. So yeah, that's just rant over for today, I hope. Anyway, I really wanted there to be a fireplace because in a lot of the research I did about country homes, they said, oh yeah, it's so important to have, you know, a fireplace. You can put it in front of your fireplace, make sure it matches your fireplace. And I'm like, okay, so if I pretend this is going to be a country house, it needs to have a fireplace. And I didn't know where to put it because it didn't fit in the upstairs living room. So I just decided to kind of shovel it around downstairs. I haven't tested the build at all, so I don't know if they can use the fireplace. I don't know if they can use the computer. I will figure it out once we are in game. I'm hoping it works. It does look kind of cool, I think. It's also super weird, like who in their right mind would even have a home like that? To just have a fireplace stuffed underneath your staircase. I also don't think it's possible, mainly because you need to have, I don't know what it's called in English, the thing that goes up, a chimney! That's the word. You need to have a chimney of some sort. And I don't think that is quite possible. But then again, it's The Sims and it's not very realistic. You don't have to water plants, except for the gardening plants, but anything else you don't have to water, so there's your level of realism. If I had as many plants as I give my Sims, I wouldn't have any plants left, because I'm not very good at taking care of them. I have 2 on my balcony, and I think both of them are about to, die a little bit. They're just, yes. I want to have more lavender, but I don't think I'm very good at taking care of lavender. Anyway, back to the build. There was something... Oh yeah, I tried to challenge myself to use different hanging lights, because maybe you've noticed it with your own build, but you only ever used like 1 or 2 different lights and never the others. I like using these kind of noodly ones underneath cabins or shelves in the kitchen, mainly because my aunt has things like that. And I always thought it was so clever because they light up your work surface really nicely, which is a thing that my flat is lacking, light at the work surface, which is due to the fact that I don't really have a very good light source in my kitchen. But anyway, rocks are too large in The Sims. Just saying, rocks are too large, and I don't know who needs these large rocks. But I do like the variety you get with them. So I'm fond of them. I like using them. They just break up apartments, they break up the houses, they especially break them up when you use a lot of light and bright and white grey tones like I did with this build. Just because they give that tiny pop of color, and even if it isn't a pop of color, it is still something that breaks up a space and divides it a little better. So that's nice. Yeah, But we're onto decorating now and doing the outside. I've done a bit of landscaping, but not that much. So, just landscaping. And something was wrong with my move objects the entire time. I couldn't place that one window. I couldn't place the bin in front of the stairs. It's just, I don't know, I've never had it. It was kind of weird. I didn't like it. But yeah, so just a bit of decorating, you know, bits and bobs here and there. Just making it feel a bit more lived, but still generic enough for you guys to download it and to have your Sims move in there, which is important. Give it character without giving it too much character in a way, so that you can have all of your people in there and still kind of decorated. And yeah, also I'm very fond of the glass roof feature they have at the back of their house, which I mainly did to show Leah that you can actually use glass windows when you only have base game and cats and dogs. Be like, hey, look, this is a glass window or a glass roof. You can do this, and it's fun. And it was fun. Like, I'm so bad at roofing that I just need to challenge myself to roof differently, in a way. I was also very pleased to find out that my favorite curtains are actually base game curtains, which you don't say about a lot of base game objects. But I think the curtains are very nice. Though I do use a lot of the vintage glamour curtains. Yes, anyway, so we're just detailing the front of the house a bit because it looked a bit dull and it looked a bit like nothing really. Yeah. Oh, I did not build the dog shed the way I thought I did. I'm not sure I'm happy with what I did with the dog shed, but I did something, and there's that. So we can leave it at that, I think. I did something and there's that. I still need to test if the dog can actually sleep in there. I don't know. I thought about giving them a pool, but then I didn't. I ended up not doing that. I just ended up giving them a bit of foliage and a couple of flowers and a couple of hedges, because they always add, like, they always break up the house and make it look less like a standard box. I did, however, get a bit annoyed at the lot I was building on, because there's just, if you zoom out and zoom in, there's just so many trees around that you can't really see the house from a nice angle, and that just kind of annoyed me a bit. But yeah, so we are nearly about to jump into the game, where I can show you a bit more and explain a couple of things and actually playtest it. So I will see you then. Welcome back to in-game. So I've playtested it, and the dog bed doesn't work apparently. So she said she couldn't reach it. So there's that, but everything else works fine. So yay. Right, so I'm just going to give you a bit of a quick tour. That was the wrong button. Here we go. So we enter through the wonderful hallway, and we are met directly with the stairs. But oh well, that's how it is, isn't it? And then we can go in here, hello, into the very small but functional bathroom. So it all works fine, obviously, because it's not, you know, a spectacularly tiny bathroom or anything. It works perfectly well, just as suspected. So when we go back out, we are in the hallway again. To our right, there's the kitchen and dining. To our left, there's the living. So kitchen and dining. This. I'm not happy with the fridge, but I figured it worked, you know, because it has the orange and the fruit bowl is orange and the curtain is orange, so, you know, it works. It works. It's fully functional, she cooked, so it's all good. It's working, and there she is from the outside. Eating, so that's also working quite nicely. And if we go over here, she can sit on all the chairs, so that's fine. She can start... Can she start a fire? I didn't check if she can start a fire. Well, I'm pretty sure she can start a fire. Because she can use the computer. No problem there. If she can use the computer, she can start a fire. She can also sleep in the bed. So that's all good. Working. It's all working. And yeah, this is the kids' bedroom, more or less, the teen bedroom. However you want to call it. With a bit of decoration. And a curtain, 2 curtains. So yeah, there's that. And when we go out again, we can go upstairs. Here we go, upstairs. Everything works upstairs. She can sleep in every room and on every side of the bed. She can get past here. She can go outside, because if we come up the stairs, we can go outside here through this door. Here we are, outside. What a lovely view you have. And yeah. Great, the camera is fun today. So there's that. She can sit there, she can do some woodworking. She started on a horse sculpture. And if we go back in, she can also obviously use the living room and the TV set, so that's all working. There's her dog. And if we go into the bedroom, this is the bedroom. It's kind of dark, but that's what I went for. That's what I intended. So yeah, she can sleep on either side of the bed, so you can totally have a couple in here to share this living space. That's no issue. And yeah, so outside, there isn't much to the outside, to be honest. There's a picnic table where she can sit, a couple of bushes, a couple of planters, just because it looks fun to have planters. The non-functional doghouse, because she can't, or at least I don't know if it's functional. I clicked on it and said tell to sleep or something, and she said she couldn't reach it, so I'm not sure if the dog might actually be able to sleep there after all. Yeah, so a little dog parkour, and that's it. That is my take on the... It's not really a challenge. I'm just saying it's a challenge because it was a challenge for me. So this is my build, which consists entirely of base game and cats and dogs. So for anyone who only has these 2 packs or 2 other packs or 1 other pack, just, you know, try it out. You might surprise yourself how well you can actually do when you just kind of put your mind to it and see it as a bit of a challenge. And if you have more than 1 or 2 packs, challenge yourself. It's fun. It honestly is great fun. Yep, and with that, I'm going to leave you. And thank you for watching. Goodbye. Stay safe and make good choices.